Well, welcome back into the mid-Norfolk garden. It's January the 2nd and we're making the most of the decent bit of weather we've got here today because it's been so wet and really cold and damp with overcast weather. It's not been encouraging anybody out into the garden, and that means that very few of the jobs that we'd normally be on top of by the end of the year have actually got done this year. We've got a bit of a project on here in the garden over the next 12 months. This is what used to be the old derelict swimming pool, which for years has gone unloved and unused, and we finally had it removed, and all the hard landscaping, which we initially thought we may keep, but that subsequently went into the hole to fill it up with a load of the building rubble from the barn conversion that is being undertaken on the farm at the same time. And thank goodness we took the opportunity to move a lot of topsoil around during the dry weather in November before the rain started, because you can see in the centre there the depression, just how waterlogged this soil now is, and to bring any heavy machinery onto here would be quite problematic and probably cause more damage to the soil substructure than you would benefit from having this flattened. So what we're left with here at the moment is piles of topsoil that's been brought round from one of the paddocks and dumped by the mini digger, and we are going to, when this dries out over the next few weeks, level this out and start mapping out what we're going to do with this area. Plan initially is to extend the rose arch, which has been this single wooden structure, into a formal walk-through archway, which we're going to have constructed out of cast iron, and that's going to come into this area in front of the existing wooden structure to form a walk-through archway down this side of the old swimming pool. We're going to lose this archway that has been replaced because the piece of wood that was forming it has rotten out anyway, and I'm expecting the rose arch to probably be in the order of around 10 feet wide, so that will fill the first segment of this old swimming pool area. We're going to have a gravel pathway underneath it, and then leading from it in the centre back down towards the patio will be a subsequent or secondary path, and then the rest will be borders with gravel paths leading back towards the hot tub and that shed, which we're hoping to get rebuilt into a garden structure with some seating area under it, incorporating the electrics for the swimming pool but with paths leading down to it. There is a gradual slope on this site which is a little problematic, so it's not completely flat. If I go around to the other aspect and show you that, you'll see what I mean. Here I am at the bottom of the rose border, and you'll see ends in lavender, and then there's this depression going down. There used to be a retaining wall here with a flat layer of paving slabs at the end of the swimming pool that's now been removed. The gradual slope is probably no more than around 18 inches over the 15-metre run of the old swimming pool area. So we'll gradually bring that down in a gentle slope with the gravel paths feeding through. And I think by the time we've put the hard landscaping in here with some path edges, which we're hoping to do with reclaimed old Victorian rope brick side retainers, which we've seen in some of the reclamation yards locally in Norfolk, and we're going to purchase over the next few weeks. Hopefully while the builders are still on site, we'll get them to put some of the hard landscaping in so we've got some formal path edges over which we can plant. Don't know how long this is going to take. We are hoping to get the rose arch commissioned over the next couple of weeks with the company based locally who we've seen producing things of that type for the National Trust at the local Blickling wall garden that's been restored. So I'm hoping a decent rose arch will give me a good display on these old traditional roses that are well established in here without having to do too much more damage to the roots, and they'll keep growing away well. It will also give me a double planting opportunity on the opposite side of that, and hopefully with a little bit more work we may have this in some form of garden by the end of March. That's the plan anyway. Quite ambitious, you might think, looking at it now. Resembles more a building site stroke battlefield than a garden, but It's a blank canvas and I'm quite looking forward to getting my teeth into this and getting it planted up. We'll see how we go and we'll keep you updated with the progress.